Hey everybody, it is a Blues Day Tuesday. It's your buddies Amy and Eric. You're listening to Born Again to Live. And you know what, Eric? It is anything but a Blue Tuesday. I'm just so happy.
Yeah, we need to change Big Blues name. It's not a blue day.
I mean,
Any day we're together talking about God, it's not blue.
No. We need to change people's perception of blue.
Okay.
Keep the blue, right? Because a blue sky is always a beautiful, awesome day.
Very true.
So yeah, we got to get rid of that. Maybe we should just ban Elvis's Blue Christmas song because that's really kind of what got everybody
That's pretty much what
sad, right? I don't know, but yes,
we're canceling Elvis.
can't cancel Elvis.
You heard it here first, folks.
Eric, as a Forrest Gump fan, you cannot cancel Elvis. We all know this. Hold on, I need to put my phone on vibrate. Okay. But yeah, here we are. It's a Blues Day Tuesday, and we want to recap the baptism night.
Yep. And in case you haven't seen, if you don't follow Facebook or you're not on Facebook or social media of any kind, go check out the Big Blue website. I think the pictures will be on there. It gives a little live feed from our social media.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the baptism nights or the worship night was on there, so that's why I wanted to promo that.
Yeah. Definitely. We just talked about it on Friday, and now we're kind of doing the recap of what actually happened, right?
We would have done it yesterday, but we recorded yesterday a week ago, so
at least, or a month ago.
This time warp continuum.
Oh my gosh! Or did one of the Lost Christmas episodes just pop up and play on Monday? That would have been awesome.
It would be kind of funny to Monday. But...
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. If we had that Lost episodes,
maybe they're out there, Eric. I don't know.
Next year's Christmas, you all better be ready because I'm going to use Chrome.
It's going to be so good. But yeah, it was a big weekend for all of us. It was my mom's memorial service, and that was just so special and beautiful, and just being like really felt supported by my friend groups. And you know, Eric, it's weird when all of your worlds collide, right? But I had my camp people, I had my Big Blue people, I had my college friends, I had my friends from growing up, I had my Michigan cousins. Like, it was all the people, and then plus the people that knew my mom at the church that she attended. And so, yeah, it was a whole lot of, different worlds colliding, but it was awesome. And so I was bummed to have missed this, which did we not plan this thing way back in February or something?
You all started planning it the spring.
Yeah, the spring retreat.
Which
is March or February or something. Yeah, so this has been on the books for a long time, so I was kind of bummed that I had to miss it, but that's how it goes. So, Eric, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Well, I was going to talk about your worlds colliding.
Oh, yeah.
Because you remember, 2 years ago, Eric did his summer parties once a month. And the reason I did that was exactly that reason. I wanted my worlds to collide.
Yeah.
I had my Big Blue family, I had my work family, and then I had my friends and like different people. And I was like, they're never in the same place together. And I remember the first summer party I had that some of my Big Blue people and my work people just talked forever.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is why I did this. This is why, because they're such good people on both sides, but they never have a chance to interact.
Yeah.
So it's like, just get them together, shove them into an uncomfortable situation, and out comes beautiful roses or something.
Absolutely. Well, I remember showing up for one of those, and I said, I don't really know any of Eric's friends other than the Big Blue people. And I said, I mean, I could be talking to his parents and not even know it. And I think your dad said, you are talking to his parents. I think it was your parents and maybe your boss at the time.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty funny. But, and yeah, it's kind of assumed that if you all have the same friend in common, there's somewhere we're all going to have a common thread. Yeah. So that was really, I want this to come back, Eric.
I do. I'm trying. That's just, I got to get a little less busy life.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But anyways, Saturday was awesome. We came down first for Amy's mom's. I only got to go to the family time, but that church was beautiful, decorated. I mean, so good. Y'all did such a good job on that, and it was such a different vibe. Just from the time you walked in the door to the time I left, it was that peace vibe. It was just nobody was there upset. Nobody was like, "Oh, why Carol? Why Carol?" It was just like, wow, Carol, like, what a woman, right? And that's how the whole thing seemed to flow. And so congrats on that, because that was like an awesome job, just representing your mom so well.
Well, I appreciate that, Eric. Yeah, I think it was just the perfect day. Even the way it ended that night, the whole day was just a tribute to her. She would have been, just smiling ear to ear. And I did love that the service really reflected. It wasn't about my mom and my dad. It was all about my mom specifically. And I did love that because she achieved a lot of things. And, I think as women, we do get lost in our families, our kids or spouses, even sometimes our careers or whatever. We just don't get that individual recognition. But like, it was all about what she loved, what she was all about, what she accomplished on this life as a servant for the Lord. And it was just perfect. So I have so much peace about all of it. And you know what, Eric, I woke up this morning, I'm like, well, it's officially camp time. So with a few more days under my belt to get everything done, it's no wonder I woke up in a sweat at 6 a.m. So yeah, I'm getting up at your time now, Eric.
All right. Getting back to...
Really?
I actually slept in this morning. So some of those listeners probably didn't get the podcast as early because I forgot last night.
But... Way to go, Eric.
All right. So anyways, came home from Amy's mom's thing and immediately had to start setting up. But I counted it out that time, at the end of the night. I think I made 6 trips from Baker to Wardensville on Saturday alone.
Wow.
Because I drove the bus for Big Blue.
Oh, that's right.
So if you take in all of the bus trips, down for your mom's thing, back to change to get ready to go set up and grab all the stuff I needed to set up, back down, then took the bus. I think it was either 5 or 6. And then I had to do it again.
Oh my God.
And then I had to go home, and it was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this was unbelievable, amount of times back and forth that day. So tired of that piece of road.
Eric Miller, long haul trucker.
But anyways, Chris and I left there, and we immediately went into setting up mode. And people, when I tell you that I knew at that moment when we started setting up that something magical was going to happen or awesome, it was because Satan was against it full on.
Always.
Like, he was trying everything he could to stop us. And we hooked up all the sound, and we had no sound.
Oh, my gosh.
And we were like, oh, no, now what do we do? So Chris was running to the church to grab this part. And I was trying to look at cables, and I was looking at power and looking at all these things. And finally, we just were like, all right, well, if this is the problem, let's eliminate it.
Yeah.
So we changed plans, and we went to another spot, and it worked.
Great.
And awesome. But it was one of those, like, we didn't panic. We didn't let the enemy win and say, well, we don't have sound. We just said, back up, punt. Like, let's back up and punt. That was our goal right then. Just find something else that works, and we'll do it. So we get it. It was like 90. I think it was 93 while we were setting up.
Oh my goodness.
And then it was like 91 when the event started, and it was just so hot.
Yeah.
We had Chris was in. We ended up being late starting because Chris had ran to his house to get canopies to put up because we needed some shade for people. So we put 2 more canopies up. We had waters out. We had to have a shade tree over the sound system.
Wow.
It was just one of those, like, everything was just like a hustle bustle. Everybody was showing up. We're learning behind. With the first singers were Jacob Roball and Ian Pickett. Ian plays and Jacob sings. And they got there like right on time. But the problem was we had to do sound check.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, people were showing up and we're sound checking, and I'm like, I thought you would be a little earlier, but, whatever. And so anyways, they got there and they were playing, and they did one half of a song as a warm-up, and then they went into their worship set. And those 2 guys who are, I believe they're both 17 at this point, are 2 just amazing musicians and kids.
Yeah.
And at the end, I got up and I was the one who had to follow them and speak. And I mean, what I said about those kids was not a lie in any way, shape, or form. I said it's just great to have kids that age be an example to anybody else.
Yeah.
That they can serve the Lord and have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I heard those guys last year in the August event, and I mean, they are incredibly gifted.
Yeah.
And just they had no fear in sharing their faith with everybody through their music. It was amazing. So I'm sorry I had to miss that.
And every time I talk to them, I say, great job, guys. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And it's always a sir in there. It's such respect with those kids.
Yeah.
And I've known Jacob's dad a long time. He is a police officer in Grant and Hardy County, and he has been for a long time. And he suffered some medical problems that actually took him off the force for a little bit. And he's all the way back now, but it was like strokes, I believe. He was having mini strokes.
Oh, wow.
And like just terrible. Lost use of his one arm, so he couldn't use the firearm, and whole series of events. But to see the faith that boy has, it only comes from seeing his parents live theirs out. And
Yeah.
so I was glad his dad was there. I got to talk to him a little while. And the first thing he said to me, it was really funny, because we didn't pay anybody for anything that night. Like, it was an all free event. And I said, man, I'm so glad you're here. And his dad goes, yeah, he just turned down a $2,000 gig for this. And I stopped and I'm like, are you serious? And he goes, yeah, it's like, but it's all right. We didn't need to go there anyway. And then went on. I looked at him. I said, Jason, are you serious? He goes, no, but I had you going, didn't I? I'm like,
oh my gosh.
like, you did have me going. Wow, that was pretty funny. But anyways, those two, they did their thing. And then I spoke. I kind of told you what my message was on Friday. It was about not letting the fear of what's coming next not stop you from being there, not stop you from stepping forward and accepting God.
Yeah.
And then DJ talked, and DJ did an amazing job. DJ always does an amazing job, but DJ did a really good job. And, of course, it's outside on the podium, or the stand out there, where he goes, I plan on having a podium, and I don't. So he called his son Noah up, and Noah held his Bible.
Oh, that's funny.
So you have pictures of Noah just standing there holding the Bible while DJ's talking, and then he would use him, like, he'd change him out. So it was pretty cool to just get Noah interacting with it and stuff. It was pretty fun. Then Chris Montgomery went on and sang and preached at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. He would do a song, and then he would preach a little message, and he would do another song and preach another little message. And he went pretty good time, because he had to fill Seth Addison's hole.
Yeah.
Seth, unfortunately, was not able to be there.
Right.
I ended up double booking himself.
Ooh, that happens.
Well, he told me what happened is that he booked us.
Yeah.
His agent booked another job.
Yeah.
And he forgot to put his on the schedule. So technically we lost.
Yeah. Well, especially when there's a contract that an agent has signed, you can really get hurt by those contracts. And of course, ours was more of just a handshake deal kind of thing. So.
And he said, I'm going to make it up to you soon. I don't know how, but I'll make it up to you soon. And you know what? The fact that he even says that, like, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's heartfelt. He's genuine. He knows he wanted to be here. I saw the look in his eyes when I saw him in concert a month ago or whatever.
Yeah.
He was genuine about wanting to just be there.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it was a purposeful thing. I don't think it was a mean thing to say, hey, I'm sorry. And then he was on vacation for the whole week leading up to, like, Thursday or Friday whenever I got that message. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I get it, man. But anyways, Chris did an amazing job. He actually sang 3 of his original songs.
Oh, wow. Chris has original songs?
Yeah. He told me he had just written one at work one day, outside the bathroom at work. It took him like 10 minutes. He wrote this song, and he sang it, and then he sang one that him and Jonathan Montgomery, his son, wrote together. He said Jonathan came up with the lyrics and said, Dad, will you help me write this song? And this was years ago.
What? And how am I just now learning this, Eric? Well, Chris, I've known you for 6 years. What the heck?
Yeah, and DJ said, Eric, this is the first time I've ever heard Chris Montgomery sing.
Really?
Yeah. He said, he's so good. I'm like, yeah, he's multi-talented. But he did an amazing job. I thought everything he sang was so good. And
oh, yeah.
I love he does that love song, God's love song. I don't know if the actual name is, but it's like, it's been said a man will swim the deepest ocean to get to the one he loves.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about how God did all he did for us.
Yeah.
And when Chris sings it, it hits different. Like, I've heard the song, and it's kind of like, it's an okay song. But when Chris sings it, it's with such feeling and depth and power. And it's like, man, it's real. Like, it's real. Like, the original singer of that didn't do a good job compared to what Chris does on that song. And I love that. And I think that's the song he told me he heard for the first time and really heard his ears opened up on a roof while he was doing a construction job right after he was saved.
Wow.
And so Chris sang a lot of older songs, which was good. I like those old ones like that and stuff. But no, he does an amazing job. And he still sings worship for his church.
Does he? Okay. Well, he's pretty good at preaching and singing, so I guess he does. You know what? I want to hear him sing this song that you're talking about. Maybe he'll sing it on our podcast. Maybe. Maybe.
But
Okay.
and then the night ended. Kinda. We had Josh Pickett do the closing of the night, and it's kind of funny because you have to be there, I guess, to see it. But like, we had a section, I guess it was the speakers and and singers that were over in this one little section, and they're just kind of doing their thing, yeah. And at one point, I went over and I got there, and Josh was on his phone, and he was texting somebody, and I leaned in. I'm like, "Hey, man, we didn't really talk about much, but are you going to do an altar call?" And he goes, "Do you want me to?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay," and he's like, "So we'll figure it out." And that was literally his,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
just
what he
figure
said.
it out. And I'm like, and he got up there with 0 notes, other than a couple scriptures,
Yeah.
and he delivered an absolute message.
Wow.
Was nothing and nothing short of awesome. But it basically boiled down to God's calling you back to be restored to where you need to be, and that's to be a child of God. And how do you get there? Through faith.
Yep.
And that was his whole message. Wow. And so he of course he did, I wouldn't do it justice, but he did really well at laying out the argument of all that along the way and talking through it. And then he just closed the service and offered to let people, he really didn't do the altar call to start with. He did more of a confession of, do you want something to change? Are you ready to accept that? And I think we had 8 or 9 hands go up.
Nice.
So, and you're talking, what, 35 people, maybe 40 at the most at the place at the most time. So to get 9 or 10 people, that's pretty good.
They came wanting something else or something different. That's awesome.
And so then after they just said they'd like for a change, we told them if they would like to get in the water, that's what the baptism was there for. And we had 3 people come forward to get baptized for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was really funny because they came forward and just for prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those I just want to pray and talk through some things. And the next thing we know, they're jumping in the water. And it's like, oh, okay, we're doing this too. So that one, we baptized that. And then probably one of the funniest things all night was I don't know if it'd be great-grandson or grandson.
Grandson?
Probably grandson and grandmother.
Yeah.
Got baptized in the same night. So
nice.
Kind of cool. Yep.
That's cool.
It was this older lady. Of course, the grandson went first, and then this lady came up and she wanted to be rededicated. And so we listened to her tell her testimony and all these things, and she just got in the water and was so excited to be in there. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. And then we had one, I won't say any names, but we had one baptism of the Holy Spirit that night, and that was pretty fun to see. If you've never been a part of one of those moments,
I think you need to explain this to the listeners. So what is the difference between getting baptized and a baptism of the Holy Spirit? You need to explain this, Eric.
Well, we didn't even have to get in the water for the one.
Okay, that's what that was all about.
Baptism, you get in the water. Baptism of the Holy Spirit, you don't have to be in the water. And if you read in Acts, when Paul prays for the baptism of the Holy Spirit, he basically just says, I want the Holy Spirit to descend and fill them up. And that's what we asked that night. And
that was the Pentecostal day that we talked about not too long ago.
Yeah,
okay.
When that fell on Saturday night, it was so neat because this person came up and said, I've given my life to God. I've been serving God for years, blah, 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 and said, but I'm sitting here listening to you, and I feel like God's saying, give me more. I want more. And so they said, all right, I feel like I want to be baptized in the Holy Spirit. And the fact that I didn't think that, I thought they'd already been that part. And I was like, nope, evidently not. And
wow.
So Josh led it, and it was, I don't know how else to explain it, but we just petitioned God to say, can you fill this person with your Holy Spirit? And by the end of that prayer, they were speaking in tongues.
Oh my gosh.
So it was one of those oh, wow. I'm driving the bus home going, man, I hope I didn't miss anything else.
I mean, wow. It's amazing when, God just, when he hears our prayers and instantly replies, that is, Woo! You don't forget that very quickly.
And the only other time we've ever closed Big Blue with a circle singing "Love Will Hold Us Together" bigger, I think, was the Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
But that one on Saturday night was pretty cool.
That's so cool that you guys still close
Yep,
with
we still
that.
closed with
Love
that. At the
it.
end of the night, all the people who have never been to Big Blue, never knew what was going on, we threw them in the circle and we said, "Let's go."
Nice. How many new people would you say you had?
Most of the new people were all adults.
Okay.
Not kids, but mostly adults. But I'm so glad the community showed up. There were a pile of people who showed up from the community.
That's what we wanted, right?
Yep,
That's
we wanted
really
the
what we
community. I mean, we
wanted.
love kids and we want the teenagers to be there. But at the same time, I want the community to come and see what we're all about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we're talking about Seth Addison. Like he can come back anytime he wants. We can have we don't have to have a, pre-planned worship night. We can worship any and every night because I feel like we do worship any and every night at Big Blue. So whenever he comes back, we're just going to worship right then and there.
That's right.
That's what I think we need to do.
So that's all we did. We just wanted to wrap up and go back over what happened on Saturday night. So there you have it. I mean, if you weren't there, we're planning to probably do that more often.
Oh,
maybe not as big, maybe not as formal, but definitely want to do more of those nights.
Definitely. I love that. Well, I'm so glad it was a great event. And yeah, God showed up in a big way.
He did. And Satan did not stop it. I told Steve Shook, Steve was there, and Steve opened us actually in prayer that night. But I told Steve at one point all the things that have been going on. Chris has medical issues going on and all this and this and this and this and this. And I said at one point in time in the middle of the day, I was there alone. Chris had went to the church and I said, "Not today, Satan. It's not happening. Like, we're going to make this happen."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, it's happening." So obviously Satan backed off. And I'm like, that's right. He might not have backed off, but we told him he had to back off. It was holy ground he was standing on.
That's right.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.